Hello friends, welcome to SuhubaEpics. Today we are going to read a story that will help us discover our own strength. It reminds us that with practice, dedication, and the right mindset, our unique talent can grow into path of success. Along the way, we will learn a few words and how to use them in a fun and a simple way. Enjoy! Once upon a time, in a quiet and a peaceful village, there lived a family in a small homestead. Among them was Amani, an 18-year-old college student. Amani was a language lover. She found pure joy in reading, learning new words, and exploring different cultures through languages. For her, every language was like a doorway to a new knowledge, connection, and understanding. But Amani also had another dream. She wanted to become a fashion designer. One evening, as the sun painted the sky in amber and gold, the great baobab tree stood tall in the center of their homestead. Its branches stretched wide like an arm of an ancient guardian. Children played in the dust, women pounded maize, and men returned from the field. Amid this rhythm of life, Amani sat on a wooden bench under the baobab tree. A sketchbook rested on her lap, but her eyes were filled with frustrations. All day, she had tried to draw her first fashion design. Her lines were shaky, her shading uneven, and her sketches left her unsatisfied. She leaned against the tree, discouraged. Just then, her grandmother, returning from the market, noticed Amani's troubled expression. With a gentle eyes, she walked over, sat beside her, and asked, "My child, what is troubling you?" With a heavy sigh, Amani explained to her grandma, "I received a poor grade in fashion and design today. No matter how hard I try, I can't seem to do as well as my friend Emma. Her designs are always perfect and her grades are high. I feel like I will never be good at it." Her grandmother listened quietly, reached into a basket and handed Amani a banana. "Eat this and calm your heart," she said softly. When Amani had seated, her grandmother spoke. "I want to teach you 3 important lessons today. This lesson will guide you not only in a fashion, but even in life itself." Amani's eyes lit up with curiosity. "What lessons, Grandma?" Grandma smiled and said, "You will learn each of them through a challenge. And for the first lesson, tomorrow, invite your friend Emma to join you in one of your language classes." Amani agreed eagerly. The next day after school, Amani invited Emma to join her online English class. As always, Amani excelled answering questions confidently, her passion for languages shining through. Emma, on the other hand, struggled even with the basics. They laughed, they learned, and enjoyed the class together. Later, under the baobab tree, Amani rushed to tell her grandma what had happened. Her grandma nodded and said, "You see, Amani, Emma might not be good at languages, but she shines at fashion designing. Just as you struggle with designing, she struggled with languages. We each other have our own strength, and that is perfectly fine." A wave of understanding washed over Amani. She realized that comparing herself to Emma was unfair. They simply gifted in different ways. But Amani was eager. "Grandma, what is the second lesson?" Her grandma replied, "Tomorrow, watch Emma closely in class. Observe what she does with her time." The following day, Amani did as instructed by her grandma. She noticed how Emma was always sketching, during lessons, during breaks, even while waiting for the teachers. Her hands were never still. Her passion kept her drawing again and again. That evening, she reported back, "Grandma, Emma sketches all the time. She even practices when no one asks her to. Her grandma smiled knowingly. That is the second lesson, Amani. Emma is good because she loves what she does and she practices with dedication. If you want to improve in something, you practice consistently, just as you do with languages. Amani nodded, her heart stirring with hope. She realized that improvement was possible not through talent alone, but also through persistence. Finally, Amani asked, "And the third lesson, Grandma?" Her grandma thought for a moment. Then he asked, "Tell me, how much better Emma is in fashion compared to you?" Amani hesitated. "I think she's 3 times better than me." Her grandma nodded. "Then tomorrow, I want you to study fashion 3 times harder." Determined, Amani spent hours sketching next day, far more than usual. But as the hours stretched on, her head grew heavy, her eyes tired. She pushed through until exhaustion claimed her, and she fell asleep at her desk. Later, her grandmother gently woke her up for dinner. Amani confessed with shame. "I failed, Grandma. I studied so hard, but I ended up too tired to continue." Her grandma stroked her hair kindly. "That's the final lesson, my dear. When you try to learn something you do not love, discipline becomes heavy and persistence feels like a burden. But when you love what you are learning, consistency becomes natural and discipline feels light. So remember, either you do what you love or you learn to love what you do. That is the path to the mastery." Amani listened with tears in her eyes. She realized her grandmother was right. From that day, she promised herself to study patient, to practice, and to be persistent. She learned not only to love languages, but also to nurture her growing passion for the fashion. She stumbled and made mistakes and self-discouraged at times, but she carried her grandmother's wisdom in her heart. Years later, after graduation, Amani designs blossomed. She was employed by a top international fashion company. Her creation was published in journals, admired for their elegance and creativity. And whenever she looked back, she knew that the 3 lessons that she learned from the baobab tree shaped her success. She did not forget the simple conversations she had with her grandmother on the wooden bench. Thank you for watching or reading this story. If it inspired you or helped you to improve your English, make sure to like, comment, and share your thoughts. Until next time, remember, patience, persistence, and dedication, and the wisdom of those who came before us are the keys to success. Bye.